Yo, welcome. Let me get this thing so you guys can see my ugly mug. Um, Welcome. It's been a minute, right? Apologies, but we got a game plan. Um, the intention is to be streaming every day, and I definitely dropped the ball last week. I think I kind of got into a self-defeating mindset where, like, I wasn't hitting a lot of my early in the morning. What am I trying to say? Early morning objectives, things that I want to accomplish, like my runs or going over my goals, that kind of thing. And I think that just kind of set me up, not for success. And I took the easy way out last week, but this week we're gonna try and get back in the saddle. So as you can see on, well, I'll just blow this up for you guys. This is my content plan for this week. So today, I know this isn't the usual time that I set out for doing the Monday stream, but we're still going to do the market analysis and live trading recap. So today we're going to go over some of the reading. I'll probably spend 30 minutes reading, taking notes, and then kind of give you a 5-minute debrief. Spend 30 minutes doing practice. I realized that because I had to get a new SSD and reinstall all the applications on my computer, I lost all my flashcards for technical candlestick patterns. So we're going to spend some time making the flashcards again, which I think will be maybe helpful for you guys if that's also something you're interested in. And then we're going to finalize the big three. So the trading journal, the trading plan, and the trading strategy, so that in future streams, we can take the guesswork out of things. So we can just kind of follow the plan that we made, stick to it, and iterate it based on, what we had set out. Then in terms of the video that I'm going to upload, it's going to kind of go over the types of orders that you can make when you're trading. It doesn't matter what you're trading, if you're a retail trader, a forex trader, index or fund trading, like all those things. There are a lot of different tools that you can use in order to express your intent to buy or sell, and orders are how you do that. So we're gonna kind of go over the types of orders, how you make them in MetaTrader 5, and then maybe I'll come up with some more stuff. So then game plan for Tuesday, I'm going to live stream the morning run. I got the harness. I got my mic set up, so that should be fine. I got the app set up on my phone, so that'll be kind of a good test of the setup. And then I'm going to do a second stream later in the day, time to be announced. But I'm going to go over planning and routine development. So I put out a video going over the safe workout principles in a way earlier video, probably at the beginning of this channel, like the first month of me creating the channel. I made that video. So this is going to kind of be a sequel to that, really dialing in on how to set up a plan, how to set up a routine, and give you guys some practical examples and maybe some templates that you can use. And then from that live stream, I'm going to put out the part 2 of Juice Camp, so getting started. So it'll kind of reiterate a lot of the things that I'll cover in that safe live stream, but it'll just have a little bit more polish. That's for tomorrow. On Wednesday, we're going to go over gamification. First live stream, I'll be kind of giving you guys an inside look into Workhorse, how I set up the software stack, a fast API, and React/Vite, and then how I'm going to actually code this thing up from the base, what my IDE is, kind of the process, the development plan that I have set up, the phased approach, kind of give you guys a breakdown of what features we're going to be offering and access, phase dependent access. Then for the second live stream on Wednesday, we're going to go back into some familiar territory. A couple months ago, I had project that I was working on called Crack. It was based on like a dream that I had, and I kind of wanted to turn it into a video game. So I had to put that on the back burner for a couple of months, but we want to still, it's something that I'm still passionate about and want to be making progress towards. So I'll do maybe an hour, 2 hour live stream on Crack, just kind of brushing up on where I left off, what I have left to do, and how the development plan has changed since, November, December. Then we're going to put out a video. So first video, kind of setting up the game. So this is, by the game I mean kind of framing your life in the framework of a video game. So how do you set things up? How do you define your constraints? How do you define your affinities, your strengths, your characteristics? Basically setting up the parameter and reducing the complexity of life into something that's a little bit more digestible and fun. And then the second video is going to be some productivity tips, just based on life experience, things that I've run into, things that I've noticed about myself. And that kind of leads us on to Thursday. We're going to go into the learning deep dive. First stream, we're going to go over Spanish. So it'll be a lot of Spanish practice. Excuse me. It may be like Duolingo. I may stream some Duolingo, or I may stream, me doing some flashcards or whatever. But the focus of that stream is just going to be on. Actually, I'm going to think a little bit more on that, because I think I want to be a little bit more purposeful. So, to be determined, but know that Spanish will be the focus of that stream. And then the second stream will be going over my morning reading routine. So what I do in the morning between, getting groomed, showering, getting ready for the day, and then starting the trading at 8, right? So that 7 to 8 window is where I do my morning reading. And so that's brushing up on industry knowledge in space, energy, AI, biotech, and medicine, as well as I think there's one other thing that I'm forgetting. I think it's I don't know, prosthesis or something, but maybe that falls under biotech. So then the first video that I'm gonna put out on Thursday is gonna be part of a series that I'm calling Treasures from the Deep Dive, right? So just kind of giving you guys my big takeaways from my morning reading, and then also in the evenings I do like just reading on like my hobbies. So I have a dream of building an old classic car, like a Mustang Fastback 96 or 69, 1969. So just takeaways from that, and then kind of how they apply to my life and my goals, and how I kind of want to integrate that knowledge and use it to serve myself. And then the second video, we're going to go over setting up learning goals. So when you have, a goal like, oh, I want to learn this skill, or I want to be competent in this area of knowledge, how do you kind of set your goal? How do you make a plan for it? How do you adjust and accommodate for disruptions, right? Then on Friday, we're going to have 2 streams and 2 videos. The first stream is going to be memorization challenge. So as part of my morning routine, I review my goals, I review my mantra, I review some other things that I picked up in books that I may have mentioned in other streams or videos, like the Golden Rules. Those come from 2 books written by Dale Carnegie. One, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the other one is How to Start Living and Stop Worrying. Both of them are written by Dale Carnegie, and he distills everything into like these golden rules. So I just kind of took them, put them in a sheet, and they're probably about I want to say maybe 50, 60. and I just want to have them memorized, and I've been procrastinating on it. So that's what we're gonna do for that stream. We're gonna have it all memorized. So we'll kind of set a timer, and we'll have a goal, and then if I beat the goal, I'll come up with like a fun reward or something cool that I'll do. Maybe a push-up challenge, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. Then for the second stream, I'm gonna kind of go over redefining my goals, right? So this is another element of my morning routine is when I'm reviewing my goals, I also have built-in time to like make adjustments and change things. But a lot of times I find that I'm just kind of trying to rush through things. So I'll bang out the memorization, I'll review everything, but then I'm just like, oh, I don't want to spend the 5-10 minutes to like make any adjustments because it feels like that's inadequate, right? Like I'll do a little bit of adjusting and then I'll realize, oh, there's more that I could be adjusting. And I don't like stopping things when they're not completed. So that might be just kind of something unique to me where like I just, something that I have to work through. And, I'm working on developing strategies because it's not idealistic to expect that every task that you take, you're going to be able to finish as soon as you take it or as soon as you start. So I'm kind of trying to come up with a framework for, starting, stopping, and then resuming that agrees with me. So that's what we'll kind of be tackling in that second live stream. Then the first video will kind of be recapping. So that's kind of a trend that you guys will be seeing is that a lot of the videos that I upload will be reminiscent of the stuff that I cover in the streams, right? So setting up a goal tracking environment, being honest with yourself. Those are two topics that I want to put out in those two videos. And so it'll go over a lot of the stuff that I talk about in redefining goals, and then in some of the other videos that I put out on the channel about overcoming obstacles and that kind of thing. Then on Saturday, we'll have two streams and two videos. So the first stream will kind of just be a fun stream. I'll stream some Marvel Rivals, tell you guys some fun stories. And then the second stream, we'll do some poker, not playing with real money, just kind of playing for fun, for the love of the game. So I'll do a little bit of streaming that. And also, I came up with a fun little project. I want to use the ChatGPT / OpenAI API and interface it with the poker app that I use on my computer to play so that I can get like coaching and see what my tendencies are. So I think that would be kind of like a cool series that we might do moving forward. And then the two videos that I'll put out on Saturday will be one, just kind of highlights from the two streams, fun moments, exciting stuff, whatever. And then the second video will kind of be life lessons, a little bit more serious, but nothing too crazy. On Sunday, we'll kind of be back to, serious work mode, grind mode, whatever you want to call it. The first stream is going to be kind of going over that Google form that I made that covers optimization. So reviewing routines, reviewing adherence to routines, and then making adjustments. Second stream will probably have a little bit of overlap, but it will be more focused on the week in review and trying to extract lessons. And then the two videos that kind of correspond on that Sunday will be the weekly recap. So I'll just kind of distill everything that we cover in those two streams into, a 10-minute video recapping the week. And then the second video will be the targets for next week. So making sure that, I have targets set and I'm not just kind of running in blind to the week. Even though I have, frameworks, it's important to also have goals and targets because, that helps keep you accountable and is also indicative. It helps you know if you're making progress, right? So I think that's important. In terms of how things are going to be moving forward, because I kind of dug myself into a hole, these videos are going to correspond to the streams that I put out. But in an ideal world, there would be like a week delay. So after this week, next week, probably not next week. Maybe we'll just keep it like this. I don't know. We'll see. If I get a good workflow and it makes sense, I may just keep rolling out videos that correspond or agree with the streams that I'm putting out on the day. But I just don't, like, my gut is just telling me that it's not feasible. So I'm going to try and front load a lot of the planning on the weekends. So we'll see. There may be a week delay, there might not be, but I still want to be hitting my content volume goals and targets, right? So one stream a day, one video a day, and then at the end of this month, start putting out shorts. So that's kind of the plan. Appreciate you guys sticking in for just kind of an update of the state of affairs. But let's get into what we have planned for today, which is a little bit of theory, a little bit of practice, and then going over the big three, right? So, we're not even going to be in MetaTrader today, so we'll just X that out. So let's go and look at the Candlestick Bible. I may have this. I think I have this actually. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Back. Boom. Okay. Boom. Boom. All right. So I got a copy of it and I just downloaded it. So it should be. Uh-oh, you guys are seeing all my shit. Let's open this in Edge. I'm gonna try and dedicate Edge to be like the streaming browser, even though I'm not a huge fan of it. Can't open the file. That's always a good sign. Let's close. All right. Well, we'll just stay in here. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Last stream we left off on. We had just finished covering the market structure. So let's go down to time frames and the top-down analysis. If if my computer will let me. Uh-oh. Firefox is down for the count. Close it. Screw it. Alright. Give me another second. Edge. Okay, let me go to Drive. Boom. Okay, sign in. Boom. Okay. That's me. Okay. We're in. Alright, we go to my Drive, Life Management, Business, Workhorse, Subsidiaries, Trading Co., Running the Industries, Candlestick Bible, Download. Okay. Why is this in videos though? Okay, that's up. All right, we back. We back in business, baby. So we got Candlestick Bible. We figured out that we left off on page 70. So it's probably gonna be. Oh, is this 1-to-1? That's beautiful. It's 1-to-1. Cool. So this is just gonna kind of recap this. So you guys can read along with me, or if this is boring, tune out and then tune back in 30 minutes. But I'm just gonna be, reading a chapter or two, making some notes on, time frames, top-down analysis, and then maybe a couple of pages beyond this chapter. And then I'll just kind of sum things up. So if this isn't interesting, go do something productive with your life, come back in 30 minutes, and I'll kind of be recapping everything that we read about. Cool? Dope. Yo, sorry I missed your chat, Makai. But I'm good. I think I'm gonna keep this organic. Appreciate the offer, and for you tuning in though. So let's just kind of recap what we went over here. So one, what is top-down analysis? Top-down analysis is the usage of multiple time frames, starting with higher, longer time frames, and gradually getting smaller, placing the most importance on confluence between time frames, so making sure that trends and patterns that are observed in the higher time frames are replicated in the lower time frames. This builds confidence in our overall analysis of the market and predictions for price action, right? So one takeaway was that if you're going to trade the 4 hour time frame, you should be using the 1 week time frame as kind of your market context time frame, and if you're trading the 1 hour time frame, you want to use a daily time frame as your bigger market context time frame. Some important things to take into consideration are figuring out what the important support and resistance levels are. You find those by basically by measuring how many how many times the market taps the level, right? So in this picture here, market tapped it once and went back up. So it was a support over here, and there was a breakthrough. So it went to tap again, it broke through the level, and then it tapped again, but it didn't break through. So the support became a resistance, and this would be considered a key level. The next thing you need to do is identify the market structure, right? So that's one, identifying the trend, or one, figuring out what kind of market it is, right? Is it a trending market? Is there a clear up or down trend? Is it a ranging market? Does it look like a sine wave? Is it a choppy market? Is it just kind of all over the place, volatile, with no apparent rhyme or reason? Then you want to be looking at the previous candle of the highest time frame, right? So the daily or the week. That kind of gives you a forecast of future market moves on the lower time frame. Then you want to look at market condition, right? Who's in control of the market? Are the bears in control? Are the bulls in control? Then you want to identify the most important key levels. This could be, your support and resistance levels. This could be your indicators. This could be your moving averages. This could be your trend, your trend lines. And then finally, you want to look for a price action signal, right? So this is going to be multiple patterns or multiple candlestick patterns that agree with your overall prediction and analysis that you did of the market. So like I said, time frames got to agree with each other. Larger time frames should be weighted more. We're looking at market trends, we're looking at levels, we're looking at signals. When trying to identify a price action signal, you kind of want to ask yourself 3 questions. The first being, what is the market doing, right? Is price going up? Is it going down? What are the most powerful levels, right? What seems to be a dominating force in the market? And then 3, what are the best signals, right? What is the strongest candlestick pattern that confirms our overall belief? Then we kind of got into pin bar candlestick strategy. Full disclosure, I get pin bars confused with hammers all the time, but I think the difference is that hammers only occur at the bottom of a downtrend. So a hammer is a pin bar that occurs at the bottom of a downtrend, right? So kind of the lowest point in the trend. Whereas pin bars can also occur, during a trend, so during an uptrend or during a downtrend as kind of a continuation signal, or at the top of a trend, so indicating a reversal. Anything to note here? Bullish pin bars are stronger when you see them, are strong indicators of continuations when you see them during an uptrend, and bearish pin bars are strong indicators of continuation when you see them in a downtrend. You want to be looking for them in larger time frames, over 4-hour time frames. And like we said, the pin bar in line with the trend is stronger than the pin bar that is going against the trend. And then 3 things or criteria that you can kind of use to evaluate how strong the signal is 1, is the pin bar well formed, and is it in line with the market direction? Does it agree with the trend? 2, did rejection occur at a major key level, support or rejection? And 3, is the risk to reward good and worth trading? So you can use moving averages, which is an indicator, basically tells you where the average of the last X number of data points. So it's like, I think you have like MAC 20, MAC 50, MAC 100, MAC 200. That number, it just tells you how big the sample is for that mean, right? So in a uptrend, the moving average acts as a support. So let me just see if I can find, okay, let's see if we can find a example of that. Right, so this is an uptrend. The red line is the moving average. So you can see every time it taps, price action moves up, so it's considered a support, and vice versa during a downtrend. Every time price action taps, it goes down, so this acts as a resistance level. So I think that kind of sums up what we read for today. The next item on the agenda is to go over technical patterns. So I need to remake my deck. So let's do that. Let's add a deck. We'll call it, I don't know what we'll call it. We'll call it, we'll add some tags first. Wait, let's rename this. We'll rename this to candlestick patterns. Okay, cool. And then can we go in and edit? Edit? No. Options. And add. Okay, cool. Alright, we're cooking with gas now. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all of these patterns, and I'm going to put them in my deck. So let's kind of split this here. I'll minimize this here, and we'll get cracking. Maybe I need another window too, just to kind of make this as seamless as possible. Boom, and then I'll leave this over here. Cool. And we'll slide this down. Okay, cool. So first off, we're looking for hammer candlestick pattern. We're looking for an image, right? So let's see what's a good hammer here. So all I'm gonna do is all I'm gonna do is take a screenshot, pop this here, hammer. Easy. And then I'll add some tags. So bull, bullish. We'll call it a reversal, right? And anything else we wanna? Nah, keep it like that. Add. Next, inverted hammer candlestick pattern. So we might not get through all of these today, because I do also want to make some progress on the trading strategy front, but I want to at least show you what the process looks like. So inverted hammer candlestick pattern. Oh no, and I also want an image that's not going to give me the answer right away. Let's see. I could go here. And I'll just grab this. Boom. Hammer. Also, where I got these patterns from. Some of them came from the Candlestick Bible. Some of them came from some YouTube videos that I was looking at. And then I think, I don't know where some, I just kind of am trying to make a running repository of patterns that I will train myself on. I want this to, okay, I want something that is circled, so I'm not getting confused here. Here you go. Because sometimes, if this isn't circled, sometimes you look at this and you don't know whether the image is talking about this particular candlestick, or if it's like looking at something like these three, where this looks like a you could say it's like a morning star or a bullish abandoned baby, right? I think. Let's see. Bullish abandoned baby, right? Damn it. All right, so that kind of looks like this, and you wouldn't know when you're doing the cards if it's not kind of explicitly depicted. So that's why I prefer, you know, pictures that have things circled. All right, next, Dragonfly Doji. Boom. So, let's see, which picture do we like the most? This is almost entirely arbitrary. So it looks like dragonflies only occur at the bottom of a downtrend. This is another thing you can do. You can just go here. And I'll combine two pictures. What do you think about that? We can do a better job. I don't want this. I want this. Boom. Okay, is this, yeah, this is also a bullish reversal. Next we have bullish kicker. This is when you have kind of a gap. So you have a downtrend and then a gap and then it uptrends. But let's just go. Boom. We don't want the words. We don't want the words. Here we go. I like this one. I like this a lot, actually. This is much better. Add it. Bullish Harami. So I think a bullish Harami is where you have a bearish candlestick that is not engulfed, but it's larger than a bullish candlestick, but the bullish candlestick opens at the bearish candlestick close, I think. But let's see. Okay, so it's not necessarily one-to-one. It's open above the close, close below the open. Got it. I like that. I think that kind of puts, puts things into a good, okay. Alright, and we have engulfing. This is like the bread and butter, easiest candlestick to see. It's like you have a bearish candlestick, a red, and then you have a green, and they're next to each other. And the bodies of the candlestick, the body of the bullish candlestick engulfs, or, you know, is bigger than the body of the bearish. Here we go. Boom. Alright, then we have piercing line. Piercing line has something to do with the middle of a bearish candlestick. I think a bullish candlestick is formed at the 50% middle line of the bearish one. Closes above, okay. Then we have bullish meeting candlestick pattern. And what is this one? I think this is just when I think it's when you have like a bunch, you basically have a downtrend and it's met with an uptrend that starts with a couple bullish candles. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. Where's the bullish meeting? This might be cool. If I can just pull these, then I'm chilling. also like that this tells you the strength of the signal. I think that's, excuse me, I think we might need to add another tag. Weak, middle, and strong. So I think that's important. I'm going to make a note here. Strong tags, and then also make a note in our next stream. I'll say next stream add strength tags. 2 parts. Cool. Alrighty. Where were we? We were at the Bullish meeting. I think we did, or we are still looking. We are still looking. Bullish. So it looks like if the opens are basically on the same level, right? So you have a bunch of bearish candlesticks, and then they meet. Basically, a bullish candlestick closes at the bearish candlestick open. I really like this one. I'm getting distracted, guys. My bad. But I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna save image as. Okay. Back to the task at hand. We'll just take this one for now. If we don't like it, we can always change it. Okay, then we have matching low. Matching low, I think it's similar to tweezer bottoms, but there's a distinction somewhere that I'm forgetting. Okay, so they don't have to, the bodies don't have to be congruent, is what I'm seeing. Tweezer bottom is the same thing, but the bodies are about the same. go back? Go to cards. Shoot. Be close. Back over here. Options. No. No way. Did it not save? Okay. Tweets are top. Should be bearish. And we're back. Okay. So then Morningstar. Morningstar is at the bottom of a downtrend. And it's kind of like a bullish abandoned baby, but I think the distinction is there's only one bearish candlestick, which is the first one. So it's at the bottom of a support. Is bullish. It's a bullish reversal. Then we have this guy, which is interesting because it seems like I don't know. I wonder what the relative strength of a bullish abandoned baby that looks like this is compared to well, these all look the same now that I'm thinking about it. One like this, right? So there's a bearish, bullish, and there's a, oh shit. Well, you know what? Answered my own question. Oh, this one, yeah, a bearish, bullish, or a bearish, bullish. I don't know. I guess this one is stronger just because this indicates that the bulls are in a position of power, even if it's, you know, not a very long body, but I don't know. Boom. Bullish abandoned baby. Let's get a bullish TriStar. It's this guy. Soldiers. This is 3 bullish candles stacked next to each other in an uptrend. Yeah. We have 3 inside up. So I think this is where you have kind of like the same thing, but inside, like between 2 bearish candles. Nope. It's completely off the mark. Completely 100% wrong. So close above 50% of the first candle, close above the first candle. Okay. I like this. I like this. Okay. So we're just gonna do the bullish because I'm running out of steam here. 3 outside up. I think the difference is this guy is gonna be outside. So it's gonna open outside of the close here. Could be wrong. Could be completely off the money. And I was. Okay, so this needs to engulf the first one, and then this needs to close above the second. Okay. I was thinking of rising 3 before, or 2 cards ago. Damn. Boom. Then we're looking at sandwich. This is just a bull sandwich between 2 bears. Bow, bow, bow. I also like this one a lot. I'm gonna save this image as well. And then 3 stars in the south. This is kind of like the 3 white soldiers, I think. But what's the difference? The difference is I forget. That's what the difference is. So it is similar, but they're of decreasing size. Okay. Ah, okay. I like this breakdown a lot, actually. This is a great breakdown. Okay. Should we keep going, or should we call it? What are we thinking here? Alright, just needed to make sure I'm not missing anybody. But if we're not, we're not. We are chilling. Cool. So I'm gonna take a break from this, and let's go finalize our trading strategy. Right, because this is important. Let's go to the big 3. The big 3, man. Okay, so we have the trading journal, the trading plan, and the trading strategy. Let's close that, close that. Do this, close this. I wonder if there's a way to like selectively hide the OBS screen. I bet there is. I'm gonna look that up. So I want you guys to see my beautiful desktop background. Okay. So these are the big 3. The trading strategy, the trading plan, and the trading journal. Trading journal, I want to set this up to where I can look at my trades kind of at a glance and just have a log of them. So first I'm going to do timestamp date, time, we'll say cost or open, close, time, close, right? So date, time, price at open, or sell price. I guess the only wrinkle here is that if we're short selling, I would have to log things in reverse, because basically when you short sell something, you're you're basically banking on the price falling. So you're locking, so basically you're saying that, hey, I think the price of this commodity or asset or exchange pair or whatever, I think it's going to fall. So I want to agree to buy X amount of shares of this product at a future date and sell it for the price that it is right now. So you would fill this in first and then this in. And I feel like that is sufficient for now in terms of, maybe I should put in like emotion. I don't know. I should say stop loss, take profit, right? That, so like if this was a automated trade, right? I want to know if I hit the stop loss or the take profit level, or if it was like an impulse decision and I just kind of exited preemptively. We'll say this is SL, and then, damn it, stop loss or take profits. Boom. Let's put it in the middle. Cool. Anything else? Emotion. I feel like that's probably good enough for now, right? So starting tomorrow, so I'll just fill this in for myself. Another easy way to hold myself accountable. I'll make 2 trades. Whoops. I'll make 2 trades tomorrow. I'll log the time. I'll say start. I'll say open time. Open. I'll say order open. Close. Boom. Cool. Alright, I gotta go take a shit, so I'll be right back. back and 3 pounds lighter. So I think this is sufficient for now. I had some other tabs that I was playing around with, like ideas, right? Because eventually I'm gonna have this trading strategy set up. I'm going to be back testing it and then forward testing it. So I made some tabs here for logging stuff, but let's kind of go into these big 3 documents, fill it out, and yeah, take it from there. So I pulled this from some random website. I don't remember where, but let's see. So we have. So these are the questions that I should be answering here. Trading capital here. Markets to trade. Okay. Yeah, this looks about right. Market focus. Trading time. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. EST. Volatility. I don't know. Market focus. Let's say STEM. Retail stocks. Let's say space, energy, AI. Oh, quantum computing. That was the other. Well, I guess I said computing. And am I forgetting something? Probably. That's fine for now. This is what I kind of do passively, but active trading is going to be foreign exchange. But let's start at the top. I keep getting sidetracked and distracted. Let's start at the top. Alright, what is my motivation for trading? Why do I want to become a trader? I think it's a 2-part. To learn more about the searching for the right word. The I want to learn more about financial markets and how they are influenced by greater macroeconomic parameters. Generally want to be able to consistently make money in a short time window. Okay. Anything else? To learn more about financial markets and how they're influenced by the greater macroeconomic factors. No, not Jaden Smith, man. I appreciate you tuning in, but I'm not, I want to focus on improving my content before I focus on growing the channel. Like, I know it's kind of like a hand in hand type thing, so I really appreciate you reaching out, you as well as Makai, but I really just want to focus on making content that I like, that I think is valuable. You know, figuring out what format I want to do and kind of optimizing on that before I start playing around with like how to scale things, right? Because if you scale things and I'm just producing garbage, it's not sustainable. So I kind of like, this is kind of a long-term thing for me, as opposed to just trying to maximize profit as soon as possible. So I appreciate it. I may take you up on that, but I still have a little bit too much room to grow in other facets of streaming. So appreciate you, man. But yeah, back to this. We're talking about, yeah, I'll say this is sufficient for now. But I'll mark this as blue. I kind of color code things when I work on them. Blue is like work in progress. Green is like finished. Okay. And red is completely not done yet. Okay, so let's work out how much time I can commit. Okay. I will be spending at minimum 1 hour preparing for trading. Then I'll say what I will commit at minimum 1 hour per day trading. Actively. Excuse me. STEM retail stocks. These are obviously going to be longer, long-term trades, and the foreign exchange is going to be short-term trades. So I guess scalping is probably closer to what I think this is going to turn out to be, but I'll just, oh, so I had it before. Cool. I'll say reading 30, whoops, 30, I can't even do this right, 30 minutes reading, 30, oh my goodness, 30 minutes active learning. I'll say 30 minutes passive learning, 30 minutes active learning. So this is what? Reading videos. I think that's pretty much it. Active learning. Flashcards. I'll just say testing. Quizzing. Discussions. explaining topic or teaching. Just use simple language. Writing, right? So we're gonna do. It's what we're going to do. At minimum 1 hour per day. I think we can make this green. Trading goals. This is important. Okay. This month, we're not using real money. In May, we'll start using real money. Oh. I'm going on a trip in May, so I need to make sure that I, kind of get ahead, of the ball here. Okay. Yo, what's up, Rye9? Appreciate you, brother. Like I said to Jaden and Makai, not looking, I don't know. It's just, it feels kind of like a distraction, right? Like right now I'm still kind of figuring out, how I'm going to structure my content and whatnot. So as much as I appreciate the offer, I don't think that I can commit to, like, I don't want to be wasting your time, essentially, right? Like, I only want to get involved in something that I'm intending to devote, 100% of my resources and mental faculties to. And if I'm already, like, I'm not hitting my marks, like, I'm not even consistently streaming as much as I'd like to, if I'm not even able to do that, then I think it would just kind of be a distraction for me to be focusing on growing the channel at this point. But down the line, give me like a month. I'll definitely take you up on that. I'll reach out, everyone that's reached out to me about increasing audience and visibility on platforms. I'll definitely reach out to you guys. It's just at this point not my priority. Appreciate you though. Trading goals. Once you've written down your motivation for trading and the amount of time you're willing to commit, you can start defining your trading goals. These goals shouldn't simply be grand statements about how you're going to buy. All right, goal number 1. Let's have something like basic, dude. Like 1K per month. Goal 1K per month. Buy. Well, let's do some math, right? If I'm so let's say there's 30 days in a month, or let's just make it easy. Let's just say every month has 4 weeks. Each week has 5 days that I'm going to be trading. I mean, I could trade on weekends, especially if I'm doing Forex, but I kind of, yeah. That's extracurricular. 4 weeks a month, 5 days of work a month. So that means I basically have 20 windows of trading time. Let's say I'm making 2 trades per window. That means I'm making 40 trades a month. Per month. To hit 1,000, I need to basically be hitting probably something like $25 per trade. Is that realistic? Right? 25 times 40 is 1,000. 1K a month. That's 25 per trade. fridge. Let's make this smart now. Specific. Measurable. Attainable. Realistic. And time bound. All right. Specific. And profit from trading during time. Is it measurable? Yes. I can. Yes. I will record each trade in my trade journal and can track profit over time. Is it attainable? I think so. Yes. $25 per trade. Yeah, it is $25 per trade. Forgot about that. $40 per day is realistic. First, let's see that I have the SMART acronym. Achievable. Boom. Oh no. Am I being targeted by bots, man? Oh. What's up, gang? Like I have said to the other propositioners, I'm not really entertaining these kinds of offers, so I appreciate it. I may hit you back, but just not my priority right now. Appreciate the love, though. Realistic? I don't know. Not sure. Let's make this red. Okay, time bound by so let's make this make sense, right? If I need $50 a day, and so I basically need $250 to start trading. All right, each trade I'm risking. Okay, that helps too. So this should be goal 2. Goal 1 is get $250 of trading capital by the end of April. Is this realistic? You know what? I really have no clue. I think yeah, I'm really not sure. Disposable, I don't know. We'll come back to this, but I think this was productive, right? Like these big three documents are going to be my bread and butter, our bread and butter, a trader's bread and butter. So I think we want to make sure that these are kind of locked in, iron tight, and filled in with sufficient attention to detail and thoroughness. So we'll kind of pause here, and I'll make a note in my content planning. Finish big three. Cool. But yeah, we're gonna call that the stream for today. Once again, we're gonna get back on schedule. We're gonna have things moving and flowing, but there are always hiccups. We just gotta adapt and keep going. So I appreciate everyone that tuned in. Hopefully you learned something with me. This brought value to you. All this stuff is just kind of setting us up to be very successful. So I understand if it's maybe not the most exciting stuff and you want to be seeing me actually putting in trades and working in the market, but I don't want to kind of jump into the deep end without a life vest, so to speak, or a compass, or however you want to kind of structure that analogy. I want to be set up for success so that once things get moving, there really isn't a lot that's going to hold back progress. So appreciate you guys tuning in. This was Monday market breakdown and trading with Juice. Stay juicy.